in the midst of the battlefield, the din and the roar of the battlefield of the Kurukshetra, which is mentioned in the Mahabharata, the clash of the arms and the clamor of the falling warriors, Arjuna, the prince of Pandavas, maintains his physical composure and mental equanimity. He does not for a single moment loses his one-pointed alertness and mental agility. After he understood the Gita, Krishna exhorts Arjuna to maintain his one-pointed poise with implicit faith and self-confidence. Arjuna listens to the divine declaration of the great integral incarnation. He surrenders himself absolutely to the Lord. Arjuna becomes a Sarnagata. Sarnagata means totally absolute surrender to the Lord and prostrates himself at the feet of Lord Krishna. Arjuna is superior to Dharmaraja in this particular virtue, whose mind is always Dharmaraja mind is always agitated for the regrets of the past. Unlike his brother Dharmaraja, Arjuna is concerned with the future. In comparison to the mighty Bhima, Arjuna possesses sharp intellect capable of grasping spiritual profundities. This is the justification for Arjuna being chosen the right recipient of Bhagavad Gita. So Arjuna's name has great spiritual significance. Arjuna is one who has a pure heart. Krishna used to address him as a Partha also. Partha means the son of Prithvi. There is no use of merely memorizing the 700 slokas of the Bhagavad Gita. We must try and become Arjunas and Parthas. Krishna is a Purushottama, the greatest being. Here again I am telling you, Krishna, don't consider him as a person. Here he is the universal emblem, he is a universal embodiment. So we can offer our faults and foibles, sins, sorrows at Krishna's feet. Enjoy the highest treasure of pure, unalloyed bliss. We must understand the teachings of Krishna, what he told in Bhagavad Gita or in Uddhava Gita. Both the Gita are beautiful. It should get into our minds and we should practice these precepts in our daily lives. The shlokas of the Bhagavad Gita will banish the soka. Shlokas banishes the soka. Soka means sorrow in Sanskrit. The shlokas will banish the sokas in our minds and give us the abiding peace and the joy. Clear? Yeah. Now, why Dharmakshetra Kurukshetra? Why they are saying that Dharmakshetra Kurukshetra? That also we'll get into it. This is all small things. This traits, this manners will cultivate as the culture, as the character, the small habits of the individual. If we are able to imply in our life, it builds up the character. And this character will leads us to the recognition of the true nature, which helps us in the salvation of finding our true nature of that non-dual oneness. Men who don't have purity of mind cannot acquire the knowledge of the real self. Men who don't have purity of mind cannot acquire the knowledge of the real self. Only with the pure mind can realize the true nature of the self. I am declaring the truth as it exists. In Kurukshetra, which is Dharmakshetra or a sacred region, a place which has been the seat of holy sacrifices, the two armies were arrayed for a battle, forgetting the supremacy of the divine principle and giving full play to his ego. Duryodhana unfurled the banner of the war. In order to please Duryodhana, Bhishma blew his coach. Take it as a signal for the war. The armies sounded their war drums. Krishna and Arjuna also blew their conches on the other side. The great roar of battle proceeding from the soldiers on one side of the Pandavas rent the skies. So, responding to Arjuna's request, Krishna stationed his chariot in the middle of the two armies. The chariot appeared so terrifying that the Kaurava soldiers felt that as if the war horses galloped on their hearts. Why he has kept it? Because he kept in the middle. Because Krishna wants Arjuna to be equipoised, to go beyond the pleasure and the pain, to recognize that self-evident truth that he is. He should recognize that eternal truth, the non-dual nature.